Today we're going to take a look at some polling. We've got North Carolina, Nevada, Arizona, but let's get things started with Maryland. And ever since Larry Hogan entered the race, this has become a state we're actually going to have to pay some attention to. So the headline is GOP's Hogan leads both Democrats in Maryland's Senate race. So Hogan's been in this race just a little while now, and without Hogan, there is no chance the Republicans are competitive here. With Hogan, there's a possibility. Both sides still have to get through a primary in May, so I'm going to assume Hogan is the nominee for the Republicans. The Democrats still have to duke it out between David Trone and Angela Alsobrooks, and in that primary, Trone is leading by only 7 points, 34-27, so there's still a lot of undecideds. Now, in the main event, the head-to-head matchup between Hogan and Trone, that's not a mistake. Hogan is ahead by 12 points, 49-37. Against Alsobrooks, Hogan is ahead by 14, 50-36. Both of those still have about 15% undecided, and I know Hogan was popular as governor, and there's a lot of time left, but I did not expect to see Hogan leading the head-to-head matchups by double digits. So that does look great for Hogan. However, the next question asks, what is your preference for the outcome of the U.S. Senate? 55% want it controlled by Democrats and 35% want it controlled by Republicans. So this part of it is bad news for Hogan, and it's contradictory. It's going to be tough to support Hogan while also hoping the Senate stays with Democrats. So this poll was done with over 1,000 registered voters. The margin of error is plus or minus 3.3. So if you go down farther, they talk more about the Democratic primary. Trone is spending a lot of money, but a lot of voters don't really know who Trone or Alsobrooks is. So I'm going to keep it moving and go down to the favorability ratings. There, Larry Hogan is at a stellar 64%, only 23% unfavorable. Now, both Democrats in this race have a huge chunk that have no opinion. Trone is at 33 favorable, 21 unfavorable, but his name recognition is low. He has 46% that have no opinion. Angela Alsobrooks is at 26 favorable, 15 unfavorable, and her no opinion percentage is at 58. So Hogan has been out of office for only about a year. His name ID is not really going to get any higher. So if you keep going down below, this talks about voters that do want to support Hogan, but they don't know if they can support him for the Senate. And some Democrats say Hogan is the guy. He was a great governor. They still would want to see him in the Senate even if they preferred Democratic control. So it's still only March, but this is more exciting than I anticipated. I expect Hogan to come down after we get through the primaries and closer to the election, but so far it looks like Hogan actually stands somewhat of a chance in this extremely blue state. Now let's move on to North Carolina. We've got a Marist poll, and the sample size in this poll was around 1,200, and if you're looking at the presidential race, Trump is up by 3, 51-48. He leads with independents by 6, 52-46, and surprisingly, Trump's support among 18 to 29-year-olds is up to 49%. In a three-way race with Kennedy, Trump is still up by 3, 46-43. So there's a lot more data here, and as always, all these links will be down below in the description, but we've got a lot to cover, so I'm going to keep it moving. Let's look at the head-to-head governor's election between Stein and Robinson. Here it's close, but Stein is ahead by 2 points, 49-47. With independents, it's the exact same margin, 49 for Stein, 47 for Robinson. But they do go on to say that both Stein and Robinson suffer from low name recognition. Stein has a 36% favorability rating, 22% unfavorable, but 42% have never even heard of him. Robinson's approval rating is underwater, 33 favorable, 36 unfavorable, and another 31% just don't know who he is. So we've got a great governor's race here in North Carolina. This particular poll has Stein already just under 50%. I don't think it's really begun to heat up yet, but I do think Robinson has his work cut out for him. He's just going to be viewed as much more controversial than Stein. So maybe Stein coasts under the radar to victory. Maybe Robinson fires up his base and he ends up pulling it out. We'll see what happens, but let's move on to a poll out of Nevada. This is from Noble Predictive Insights. We've got 829 registered voters, and they're going to focus on that key Senate election. Jackie Rosen is the Democrat. She's the incumbent. Republicans still have to get through her primary, but if she were to go up against Sam Brown, she leads by 6 points, 41-35, 24% undecided. If Rosen were to face Jim Marchant, then she leads by 9 points, 43-34, 23% not sure. Down here we've got the party breakdown, and the thing to look at here is going to be independents, and with that subgroup, Rosen leads both Brown and Marchant by double digits. How about Jackie Rosen's favorables? It's fairly split. She has a net +2 positive rating. Independents put her at just +1. Republicans at -47, Democrats at +49. So there's an opening here for the Republicans. A favorable national environment would help them out a lot here, but which Republican is likely to go up against Rosen? We've got the GOP primary here, and it looks like Sam Brown is leading by 13 points, 39 to 26. We've got 35% that are undecided. So there's a little bit more down below, but I'm going to keep it moving to Emerson, and they also took a look at Nevada. First for president, Trump is leading by 3, 44 to 41. Still 15% undecided. If you ask those undecideds which way they lean, then Trump goes up to 51 and Biden goes to 49. So this looks like a toss-up race. We've got Nevada Hispanic voters prefer Biden over Trump, 44 to 39. White voters break for Trump over Biden, 50 to 39. 20% of Trump's support is because they don't like Joe Biden, while Biden has 42% of voters supporting him just because they don't like Trump. So that tells you a lot right there. Biden's support is by far more motivated by being anti-Trump than pro-Biden. If you add third parties into the mix, then Trump is at 41, Biden is at 36, Kennedy's at 9. Down here is 61% of voters say Biden does not deserve to be reelected. One paragraph below, 53% say Trump does not deserve another chance to run. So in this poll, they also took a look at that U.S. Senate race. It looks like they only asked about Sam Brown as the GOP nominee. Jackie Rosen leads here as well, but it's only by 2 points, 41 to 39. 21% are undecided. So it looks like it's going to be another competitive Senate election in Nevada, but the Democrats seem to have the upper hand as of now. We'll see if it's going to be any kind of a wave or which way the undecideds are going to break, but Democrats cannot really afford to lose this Senate seat. Now, the last state we're going to look at is Arizona, and at the top of the ticket for the main event, we've got Trump up by 4 points, 48 to 44. The undecideds here have gone down to 8%, and with independents, they are breaking toward Trump, 45 to 41. 58% do not believe Joe Biden deserves to be reelected, and about Trump, 51% think he does not deserve another chance to run. So Trump seems to have maintained his advantage in the key swing states. The Senate is another story, though. Here we've got a two-way race now that Sinema has declined to run for a second term as an independent. So it looks like it's going to be Ruben Gallego and Kari Lake. Gallego is ahead by 4 points, 44 to 40. 16% are undecided, but once you ask which way those undecideds would lean, Gallego then sits at 51 to Lake's 49. And without Sinema, independents break for Gallego, 42 to 38. Here we've got the age breakdown for the Senate candidates. Younger voters overwhelmingly going toward Gallego. He's at 50%. There, Lake is at 29. Even the oldest voters, 70 and up, they also lean toward Gallego, 50 to 45. Right now, it looks like Lake is going to do her strongest amongst middle-aged voters. So there's a ton more here. We've got the top issues for the state. Obviously, immigration is a big concern. Biden's approval here is at 36. Governor Katie Hobbs, her approval rating is at 38, 41 disapprove. 50% of voters think Arizona is on the wrong track. So there's a lot of data here. I try to keep it moving to get through a lot of different polls. That kind of sums up where we're at in Maryland, North Carolina, Nevada, and Arizona. There's a few positive things for both sides. We're going to keep following what happens, so let me know in the comments, what do you think about any of these polls? How about Larry Hogan up double digits? Is that an outlier, or are things going to change once we get to the general election? What about Stein leading for governor in North Carolina? And how about the Democrats having the advantage in the Senate in Nevada and Arizona while Trump leads at the top of the ticket? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Join if you'd like to support the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.